Welcome to Lullavane, a peaceful storytelling channel created to help you relax, unwind, and drift off to sleep. Here you'll find calming fantasy adventures, moonlit journeys, enchanted forests, distant kingdoms, cozy villages, and gentle stories designed for bedtime, relaxation, reading, or quiet background listening. Each video blends soothing narration, ambient sound, and dreamlike visuals to create a restful escape from the noise of the day. Subscribe, get comfortable, and let Lullavane carry you somewhere quieter. The road had been long, longer than you remembered roads could be. Your boots were heavy with mud, your cloak dark with rain, and somewhere behind you, far behind you now, the last village had disappeared into the mist. But ahead, through the trees, through the curtain of falling rain, there was light, warm, amber light, flickering in a window. And beneath the sound of the rain, if you listened carefully, you could hear it, the low, gentle hum of a lute. Someone was playing inside. You stopped for a moment, just to listen. The music drifted out through the walls of the inn like warmth through a crack in stone. Soft, unhurried, the kind of song that didn't need to go anywhere. The sign above the door swayed gently in the wind, worn wood, faded letters. It didn't matter what it said. What mattered was the light. What mattered was that inside there was fire. You pushed open the door. The warmth hit you first, a wave of it rolling out from the hearth on the far wall. Then the smell, wood smoke and bread, and something slow-cooked and rich. Then the sound, the lute, closer now, played by a figure in the corner who didn't look up. The murmur of low voices, the soft knock of a clay mug set down on a wooden table. No one paid you much attention. A few eyes glanced your way, then returned to their own quiet evenings. That was fine. That was more than fine. You found a table near the fire, not too close, just close enough to feel it. You set down your pack. You unbuckled your sword belt and leaned it against the wall. You sat, and for the first time in a very long time, you let yourself be still. The fire crackled, the lute played on, the rain continued its quiet work against the windows, and the inn held you, gently, the way warm places do, without asking anything of you at all. A woman appeared at your table, older, unhurried, with kind eyes and flour still on her apron. She didn't ask what you wanted, she simply looked at you the way people look at travellers who have come a long way. "Stew," she said, "and something warm to drink." You nodded. That was enough. She disappeared back into the warmth of the kitchen, and you turned your face toward the fire. The flames moved slowly, orange and gold, breathing in and out like something alive. You watched them without thinking, just watched. The lute player finished one song and began another, almost without pause. This one was slower, quieter, the kind of melody that settles into you rather than asking to be heard. Your shoulders dropped. You hadn't noticed how high you'd been holding them. Outside, the rain fell on, but in here, there was nothing to do, nowhere to be. The road could wait,
without
everything
ceremony,
could
a
wait.
deep bowl,
You were here
steaming
now,
gently,
and
set
here
down on the table
was
with
enough.
a quiet thud. Beside it, a clay cup, warm to the touch, filled with something spiced and dark. You wrapped both hands around the cup first, just held it. The heat moved through your palms and up into your arms, and you felt something in your chest begin to loosen, something you hadn't known was tight. The bard in the corner played on. The song had no words. It didn't need them. It was the kind of music that existed only to fill a room gently, to give the silence somewhere to rest. Around you, the inn moved at its own slow pace. A woman refilled a mug at the bar. Two men spoke quietly near the door, their voices low and unhurried. A dog lay curled beneath a bench, its chest rising and falling in easy sleep. You took a slow spoonful of stew. It was thick and rich, tasting of root vegetables and something herbed, something that reminded you of kitchens you had known a long time ago. You ate without rushing. There was no reason to rush. The fire shifted. A log settled with a soft crack, and a small shower of sparks drifted upward and vanished. The flames breathed lower for a moment, then steadied again, warm and even. You noticed your shoulders had dropped again. You noticed your jaw had unclenched. You noticed you were simply sitting, simply eating, simply being inside four warm walls while the rain continued its quiet work outside. The cup in your hands was nearly empty. You set it down gently. The bard began a new song, slower than the last, if that was possible, almost a lullaby, almost something you could fall asleep to. You leaned back in your chair, just slightly, just enough. The inn held you, the fire held you, the music held you, and for a little while, that was everything. The inn had grown quieter now. One by one, the other travellers had drifted away, up the stairs, through a back door, into the soft dark of their own evenings. The two men near the door were gone. The woman behind the bar had disappeared into the kitchen. Even the dog had shifted in its sleep, curling tighter beneath the bench. Only you remained, and the bard, and the fire. The bard played more slowly now. Each note fell like a drop of water into still water, deliberate, unhurried, spreading outward in silence. You found yourself listening not to the melody but to the spaces between the notes, the small silences, the breath. You thought, without meaning to, of roads, of mornings you had woken before the sun, of the particular cold of early travel, of the way the world looks when you're the only thing moving through it. You thought of places you had passed through and never returned to, villages with no names you could remember, forests that had swallowed the path behind you, but those roads were far away now. They existed somewhere behind the rain, behind the dark, behind the warmth of these four walls. They could wait. The fire dipped again, lower this time. The embers beneath the flames had shifted to a deep, steady orange, the colour of things that have been burning for a long time and have found their rhythm. You watched them without thinking, just watched the slow pulse of the light. Your eyes were heavy, not unpleasantly, the kind of heavy that comes when the body finally believes it is safe, when it stops waiting, when it lets go. The bard played on, one note, then another, then the silence between them, wide and soft as a field. You breathed in, you breathed out. The inn was quiet, the rain was quiet, everything was quiet, and you were still. The bard had stopped playing. You hadn't noticed exactly when. The music had simply grown quieter and quieter until it was gone, the way sleep comes, not all at once, but gradually, gently, until you realize it has already arrived. The fire was low now. The flames had settled into embers, breathing their slow orange breath in the dark. The room was dimmer, warmer, somehow, in the way that dim rooms sometimes are. You were still in your chair. You didn't need to move. There was nowhere to be. The road would be there in the morning, or it wouldn't. The world would ask things of you again, eventually. But not now. Not tonight. Tonight, there was only this, the weight of your body in the chair, the warmth at your back and your hands and your face, the sound of the rain still falling, softer now, as if it too were winding down. You closed your eyes, not because you decided to, just because they were ready. Behind them, nothing but warmth, nothing but the faint glow of the embers through your eyelids, nothing but the sound of rain on the roof, steady and slow, like breathing. Let it carry you. There is nothing you need to do, nothing you need to remember, nothing you need to hold on to. Just the warmth, just the dark, just the rain, just this. Rest now. You are safe here. The inn is quiet. The fire is low, and you are exactly where you need to be. The inn rests now. The fire has gone to embers. The candles have burned low. The rain on the roof is barely a whisper. Everyone inside is still. Everyone is warm. And somewhere, in the quiet of this old stone building at the edge of a dark forest, on a road that leads somewhere and nowhere, all at once, you are resting too. Let your breath slow. Let your body be heavy. Let the sounds around you become soft and distant, like music heard through walls. You don't need to go anywhere. You don't need to think of anything. The night is long and gentle, and there is nothing it asks of you. Only rest, only sleep, only this quiet, this warmth, this dark. Good night, wanderer. Sleep well. The fire breathed. That was the only word for it. It breathed, in and out. The flames rising gently, then settling, then rising again. You had been watching it for some time now, and you had stopped thinking about anything else. There is something very old about fire, something that reaches back before language, before roads, before any of the things that fill a day with noise and weight. When you watch a fire long enough, you begin to feel that oldness in yourself, something in you that was there before all of it. Something quiet and unhurried and entirely at ease. You let your eyes soften, not close, just soften. The flames became shapes, then light, then just warmth. The inn around you was a series of small sounds. The tick of cooling wood somewhere in the walls, the faint drip of water from the eaves outside, the slow, even breathing of the dog beneath the bench who had not moved in a very long time and seemed, in this moment, to be the wisest creature in the world. You thought about that, about the particular wisdom of a sleeping dog, how it does not wonder whether it has earned its rest, how it does not make lists of what must be done tomorrow, how it simply finds the warmest place and gives itself over to it, completely, without argument. You could do that. You could do exactly that. The fire shifted again, a small collapse of embers, a brief brightening, then the slow return to its steady glow. You watched it the way you might watch the tides, not waiting for anything, not expecting anything, just present to the movement of it. Your hands were in your lap. You couldn't quite remember placing them there. They were heavy, pleasantly heavy, The kind of heavy that means the body has decided on its own to begin the long work of letting go. The bard in the corner played something so quiet now you could barely hear it. Or perhaps you were hearing it differently, not as music exactly, but as texture. As the sound of the room breathing alongside the fire, you breathed with it, in and out. The warmth was all around you, in the air, in the stone, in the wood of the chair beneath you. It was not the warmth of effort or urgency. It was the warmth of a place that has held many people through many nights and knows by now how to do it well. You were held. You didn't have to do anything about it. You didn't have to acknowledge it or earn it or understand it. You just had to sit here in this chair, in this light, and let the inn do what inns have always done. The fire breathed, and you breathed with it, and the night continued its slow and gentle turning. There was a window to your left. You hadn't paid it much attention before, but now you found your gaze drifting to it. The glass was old and slightly uneven, the kind that makes the world outside look like a painting, softened at the edges, slightly wavered, as though the rain itself were part of the texture of the glass. Beyond it, the night was very dark. The kind of dark that only exists far from cities, far from the noise of many people. A darkness that is not empty but full of trees standing quietly in the rain, full of the sound of water moving through roots and soil, full of small creatures tucked into their small, warm places, waiting, as you were waiting, for morning to come in its own time. You watched a rivulet of rain trace its way down the glass, slowly, joining with another, then finding its own path to the bottom of the pane. It did not hurry. It followed the shape of things, it went where gravity and glass allowed, and it was content with that. You watched it until it reached the bottom and disappeared. Then you watched another one begin. This is what the night offers if you let it. Not answers, not resolution, just the small, continuous movements of the world doing what it does, rain falling, fire burning, breath moving in and out of a body that is, for now, warm and still and safe. The bard played a chord, let it ring, let it fade, played another. The spaces between the notes were longer now. You could feel the music winding down the way a day winds down, not stopping, just gradually becoming less, becoming quieter, becoming more like silence than sound. You were not trying to stay awake. You were not trying to fall asleep. You were simply here, in the space between the two, that soft, borderless place where the body is heavy and the mind is light and the world outside is just rain on glass and the world inside is just warmth and the slow, orange breath of a fire finding its way toward embers. Let yourself be here. There is nowhere else to be. The rain ran down the glass, the fire breathed, the dog slept, and you were part of all of it, part of this quiet, ordinary, endlessly peaceful moment in a small inn at the edge of a dark forest, on a night that asked nothing of you at all. Your breathing had slowed. You noticed it the way you notice weather, not as something you decided, but as something that was simply happening. Your chest rose and fell at its own pace now, slower than before, deeper than before. Each breath a little longer on the way out, each exhale releasing something you hadn't known you were carrying. This is what rest does when you finally let it in. It doesn't announce itself, it doesn't ask permission, it simply begins quietly, in the body, in the heaviness of the hands, in the softening of the jaw, in the slow widening space between one breath and the next. The fire was mostly embers now. The flames had settled into a low, steady pulse. Not the bright dancing fire of earlier, but something older and quieter. The deep red and orange of coals that have been burning for hours and have found their true nature. This is what fire becomes when it is left in peace. This is what most things become given enough time and enough warmth. The room had changed in a way that rooms change late at night. The shadows were softer, the edges of things less defined. The table, the chairs, the stone walls, all of it was still there, but gentled by the low light, made part of the same warm dimness. You were part of it too. Your body had grown heavy in a way that felt like kindness. Like the weight of everything you'd carried today was finally being set down gently by something patient and large. Your legs were still, your arms were still. Even your thoughts had grown slow and formless, drifting through your mind the way smoke drifts through a room, present but without edges, without urgency, without anywhere particular to go. Let them drift. You don't need to hold on to any of them. The bard had set down the lute. You weren't sure when. The music had ended the way the fire had settled, not with a stop, but with a gradual becoming quiet, until the quiet was all there was. And the quiet was enough, more than enough. The rain on the roof, the slow breath of the embers, the distant sound of the forest beyond the walls, doing what forests do in the dark, growing, breathing, being, and you, here, in the warmth, just breathing, just being. Let your eyes close if they want to. Let your body be heavy. Let the sounds carry you. The rain, the embers, the deep and wordless quiet of a night that is entirely on your side. You are safe, you are warm, you are resting, and there is nothing at all that needs your attention right now. Nothing, just this, just rest. The embers glowed, softly, steadily, the way stars glow, not to be seen, but simply because that is their nature. You were not quite awake, you were not quite asleep. You were in the place between that warm and borderless country that has no name but that the body knows well. The place where thoughts lose their shape, where the edges of things go soft, where the distance between here and somewhere else becomes very small and then smaller and then nothing at all. Let yourself drift there. There is nothing to hold on to. The inn was breathing around you, slowly, the stone walls holding the warmth of the fire, releasing it gently into the air, into the room, into you. The wooden beams above settling into the night, the old floor, worn smooth by years of boots and quiet footsteps, resting now in the dark. Everything resting. The rain had softened. It was barely a sound now, more a feeling. The sense of water falling somewhere outside, far away, in a world that was continuing its slow and patient work without you. You didn't need to be part of it, not tonight. Tonight, you were in here, in the warm, in the still. Let your breath slow. Let it slow a little more. Feel the weight of your body. The chair beneath you, the warmth around you, the darkness behind your eyes, soft and deep and restful. You have come a long way. You have carried a great deal. And now, for this long and quiet night, you can set it all down. Every mile of road, every decision, everything you meant to do and didn't, every worry that followed you here through the rain. Set it down. It will be there if you need it. But you don't need it now. Now there is only the warmth, only the dark, only the slow and steady breath moving through you like a tide, in and out, in and out. The embers glow, the rain falls, the inn holds you gently the way it has held so many tired travellers before you, without judgment, without expectation, without anything asked in return. Just rest, just sleep, just this long, quiet, peaceful night. You are safe here, you are warm here, and you can let go now, completely. Let go and sleep. Thank you for spending this evening at Lullavane. Wherever you are, whatever the day has held, we hope this little inn gave you somewhere quiet to rest. Sleep well, wanderer. Good night, my friends. We'll leave the light on for you.